YouTube, what's good, man? Long time no talk. I've missed 2 days in a row. Oh my god. It doesn't feel good. But I'm still here and I'm still making videos. Woo! Little chub. I feel better. It feels very nice to feel better. I take being healthy for granted. And I know I shouldn't, but man, you just kind of forget about it because it feels good to be healthy. And then when you're not healthy, you're like, man, my life is kind of miserable right now. I just want to be healthy and be able to breathe without struggling, without worrying about, like, just, coughing up a lung, you know? And I haven't made a video in quite some time now, but it's alright. We're back. How are you? I hope you're healthy yourself. I don't need anybody else getting sick, even though I know the whole mass population, everybody around me is just constantly just getting sick. If it's not me, it's a friend. If it's not a friend, it's a family member. If it's not a family member, it's an enemy. If it's not an enemy, it's the dog of the enemy. Everyone is just sick right now. And it's, for the lack of better words, sickening. Anyways. Do you like my drawing? I like it. Let's actually go over my process again on how I draw. I do this all the time. Or I will do this all the time. Hold on, not with this pose. This pose is a little more complex, and I didn't draw every detail that there was needed, or that I needed to draw on this one. You probably don't even understand what's going on right here. I didn't draw it too well. This one looks good though. It's nice and simple. It's one of her, but she's sitting down. So I'll just draw the first go around. That's fine. Alright, not my best work, but it's alright. So, right here, my thought process is, once again, I need to get this and this lined up pretty well. I know with the legs, I didn't really need to go with the legs right away, but I just wanted to draw them because I enjoy drawing legs. But in my head, though, I'm trying to find center balance and trying to find the correct proportions. And so this circle is longer, this circle is shorter. So it's this circle, bam, bam. From there, I'm trying to see how they connect trees. There's not a big arch, but this will be more of a straight line. This will be more of an arch right here. This is gonna come down. You have the legs connecting right there that come out. So I drew this line immediately because I don't like just drawing and kind of I still guess, but I don't want to guess at where I need to stop. I'd rather have a little dot right there to indicate where I should approximately stop. And then from right there, the picture showed me that the other leg bends right there because, I mean, oh, how do I make this sound smart but simple? The way the body is twisted, this, you see this portion, you still see the front face, so that means it's extended some more this way, so it's going to be a little bit longer that way as well. And then the lower leg comes back, so you bring it back. She's on her toes. She's sitting down, but her legs just went back that way. For the foot, I realized I kind of just did that little squiggle line and then it became a foot. This is the heel. It's a little triangle like that. The front of the foot goes with the shin for the most part, unless here it's bending, and it's like right above the ankle. At least that's where I draw it. Is it very anatomically correct? Not too sure. Heel, and then, but since it's bending backwards, man, I don't know how to explain this shape. This is the shape I've developed for the foot, and it comes very natural now. This is why I'm still debating on making tutorial videos, just because I know that I am not the best instructor when it comes to it. See, I just made the shape. Like I said, it comes natural. Here's these, they're this little, the heel, and then this follows the shin, but since it's kind of curved a little front, well, I curved it front, but it's actually matches just more. It comes down and then the toes come out. But it still looks good. It looks right. It looks like a foot. This leg is really thin. It's missing a lot of the flesh of the leg, and then the top part too. The bottom will curve. That's where the gravity will pull the flesh down. Your femur sits like high up here, your joints to your knees. So it's pretty straight up here. I mean, it could be round, depending if they're flex or not, right? And so this is the front, the middle. Here, torso, your hips. I don't draw the hips too often because I actually don't know where the hips sit too well. I just know they sit really close to where the bottom of the rib cage sits, and then where the rib cage sits right here, halfway between the bottom and the top, and then the chest, depending on how large the chest is with a certain person, it hangs lower than the rib cage. And then also, if they have clothing on, it's going to tend to sit higher just because the clothing will hold up the chest higher, I guess, or hold it up, rather. The chest muscle connects right here to the shoulder, and then this shoulder muscle connects down back here. I'm not explaining it. Oh, man. Yeah, okay. Anyways, this arm is approximately the length of where your belly button would be, right there. And so it might not be exact, but not everyone's the same person, and so obviously the forearm's going to connect. Your hand is where the length of your forearm, your hand together, if your fingers are bent, will reach the top of your shoulder. So that's how it is. And so I'm just going to add the fingers in because her hand is resting on her chest a little bit. This one, her hand is resting, or it's bent towards her mouth. I just drew a claw. This is still just a sketch. That is, the image itself is way too small for me to actually put details into the fingers, or to care to put details into the fingers. And bam, 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 boom, bam. I'm not really focusing on the face. I'll do a face video today too, why not? Or I don't know if I'll do it today, or I might record it today and then I'll just release it tomorrow. So be on the lookout for a face video. I do it really simple. Right here I realized that I made the hips really long. They're not supposed to be that long. Here we go. Give it a little bit more weight, and now they shrunk. The hips themselves shrunk because the legs got thicker. They reached up higher. And yeah, this is how I used to practice a lot. Let me get another pose up, and I'll show you. This is how I used to go about it all the time, just because I wasn't really comfortable with making the shapes themselves right away. And so I'm just looking at the roundness, where everything's kind of overlapping, where everything's sitting. and just finding the rhythm itself. Like she's really pinched right here. She's really curving in. This leg itself, the knee is up here. You actually don't see the bottom of, or you don't see where the thigh connects to this leg. It comes lower because this knee sits just as high as this thigh, so I need to adjust it a little bit. See, that's what, like, quick sketching kind of just helps you fix things really quickly. And so then you actually see this thigh right here. You see the lower part right there. Not as extreme, but I'm just kind of adding more to it so you can see, the audience, you can see. This is a really messy sketch anyways. See, and this is why I also I try to stay away from adding a lot of lines, especially with pencil, because if you're not erasing, which I don't care to erase, it gets really muddy really quickly and you lose your definition. Which, I mean, if you're okay with that, it's fine, go for it, right? But I'm trying to make really nice videos of really simple drawings, and so if it just looks muddy like this all the time, who's gonna really appreciate that? Who's gonna want to watch that? Who's gonna like it? I'm not saying people won't, just saying it's just it looks better with just immediate fast lines to where you're like, oh, I can read what's going on. It might not look the best, but I know what the purpose is. She's holding onto a shoe right here. I'm not really trying to put a lot of details into the shoe. Once again, hands messed up. Forearm's really fat. I messed up right there. It's kind of resting back. But see, like, all these lines are really dirtying up this shape really badly. Top of the head. It looks like she's almost standing, but in the picture she is sitting. This actually didn't, I hate that pose now. This is a close-up of her feet and hands. Do I want to draw this? Not really, but just to reiterate what some of my comments say from time to time, I probably shouldn't get out of my comfort zone and draw stuff I don't want to draw. And you know what? I don't mind drawing feet. It just, I don't know. It's not my thing, I guess. And I started with the toes, which is more than likely a big mistake since I don't know how big the rest of the foot should be now. Well, I do know how big the rest of the foot should be because I'm using the reference. But definitely start with larger masses and then go to the smaller details afterwards. Because now, since I made the toe so big, I have to proportionally put in the rest of the foot. And you won't be able to see all the leg because the leg is just going to extend off now. And they're kind of overlapping each other. You don't see much of this big toe. It goes right there. And since I'm not shading, you don't see much of actually the, what's the word, intricacies? Is intricacies an appropriate word? You don't see the details going on of how the foot itself is resting. And so sometimes whenever you don't have shadows, it doesn't look right. And let me add the toenails real quick just to show which way the feet are facing. If you ever have trouble showing like, hey, the foot is facing down, hey, the foot is facing up, hey, you want to twist the foot a complete different direction, drawing in these smaller details, like the toes themselves, show how the toes are bending without actually having to represent them too well. And so, let's see, these grippers are gripping a ledge. Like that. Yes. Interesting. Hold on. Let me grab some coffee. But yes, I used to. Okay, and before this, I would draw like this. I would. It would be more precise. But this is one head. Like this is a head right here. And then so the average body, or not the average, I won't say the average body, but proportions can go anywhere from the length of a body could go from anywhere from 5 to 7 heads in proportion. So we'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do 6. And so this is the actual head itself, and then you're gonna split it right here. So this is where the hips would sit. And so, I mean, depending on what kind of body you're trying to make, right? And then you put the neck in, and I forget exactly. So this whole part right here is torso, and then this whatever will be legs, and the arms bend under the rib cage. And so this is like really early stages of art for me learning. Just trying to learn proportions of where everything sits on the body. And then from there, I moved on to more, I want to say this kind of drawings, but it was definitely more rough. If I ever find my old sketchbooks, I can bring them up and show everyone. But that's saying I want to show you as well. I don't know if I want to show those off anymore. When I know I don't draw with pen anymore. But it's good to show where everyone starts. Here we go. I just want to get a better sketch in from what I've been doing. I hope this looks like she's kind of twisting, because in this picture she is. It's kind of an interesting pose when I saw it. Okay, so shoulders needs to carry some weight because she's resting on, not even resting. She's using her arm for balance. And like I said, this is a very strange pose itself. Palm, and then fingers. And then little pinky by itself. The thumb is within the palm right there. And now, as you can see, I drew everything but the head, because I have a lot of trouble starting from the head to the rest of the body, because now I have to match the head to the rest of the body. But if I draw the whole body first, and then I can place the head usually a lot easier, because from there I'm like, okay, the neck's is gonna be like right here in the center of both shoulders. The shoulder's kind of coming down because of the way the anatomy works. The shoulder's like same collarbone, and the body's twisting like this. It's a very odd twist. You can't really see her neck either because of the way her head is kind of pulled in. Her face is still facing us, and so it's gonna just draw the planes of the face. It's something like that. You could picture like there's a shadow underneath her right there, and then obviously this person has clothes on. So there we go. Cool, right? Dope boy fresh. I really need to go over more thought processes of what I actually need to talk about when I get into these videos, because it kind of just goes like, yeah, I'll just talk about whatever when I get in here. But then I draw a blank really quickly, and that's not fun for me nor the audience. Boom. See how clean that looks compared to that, or this, sorry. Look at all that mud, and then look at these lines. You know exactly what's going on here. Look, I'll redo that one. Let me just finish this one up real quick. This does take some time, so please don't try to do it this way right off the bat, because I did do some anatomy studying Proko is here on YouTube as well. I'm sure you've probably heard of him if you even bother typing in like anatomy, figure body study, or whatever for art. Then if he's not the first video that pops up, I don't know what's going on, because he has an entire playlist of every single human body part on YouTube for free to study anatomy. And I did, and once I studied, I mean, it was good information. I didn't retain all of it because I didn't need to retain all of it. After I learned that, I didn't really care to draw all the muscles that he explained, all the bones and everything. I'm not going that detailed into my artwork. I'm just going enough to where you can see where body, like, bends and everything. I guess you could say, like, I mean, a professional artist will look at my artwork and be like, oh, a lot of stuff is off. But, you know, it looks good. And art, I mean, if it looks good to you, it looks good. You're right. That's all that matters. If it looks good to you and your audience, then why are you trying to fix it for somebody else that's criticizing you that you don't care about? You know, if you're not seeking their approval, don't take their criticism either. Okay, so let's do this one again real quick. And so let's see. Now this is kind of just more from imagination as well, just because I don't have the original image brought up on my phone, because I didn't want to scroll all the way back. But I'm still drawing the essential piece itself. Okay, where's this? I have to figure out where that arm was. And It's supposed to be a high heel. Turned out really ugly. Sorry. I don't remember you could actually see the foot in this picture, but we'll just do this. Oh, that looks hideous. The foot would not be silly. But yeah, this like still kind of looks janky, but this to me definitely looks better than what's going on here. This kind of maybe looks a little more realistic because of the muddiness, but I'm not a fan at all. I'm actually gonna stop it there. What's today? I don't know. I lost track of my days ever since I got sick. I lost track of everything. We're gonna do 2. Darn, what really is today? I'm not too sure. This is like, if I were to take a guess at it, the 6th. I'll fix it when I actually look at the date on somewhere. You know what? Let's not be lazy. Here we go. Today is the 6th. So no question mark. It is the 6th! Exclamation point. Put in the comments of what you want me to teach you. I will attempt the best of my abilities to teach you. I will go over more poses. Maybe I'll start doing just single poses. I'll have a single pose like this, that. Whoa, hold on. I just realized one thing. Matter of fact. Well, I mean, these are really muddy. They're sketches, whatever, right? It ain't a big deal, but I don't want to get in trouble. Let me just clarify one thing. They, in matter of fact, have clothes on. But, like I was going to say, I might start the video with drawing one of these poses, and then we can redraw it together. And those will be really short videos, I don't know, 5 minutes, however long it might take me, just so we can work on a pose together instead of you just watching me draw something like, oh, do that again. How did you do that? Alright, yeah. If you liked this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like the video, don't hit the other one. Subscribe if you haven't. Tell me how I'm doing. I hope you're doing well. I'll quit saying it's bothering me. It might not be bothering you, but it's bothering me. I don't need to be doing that. Either way, have a beautiful day. It is nice and blue and sunny today here where I am at. It is still a little fresh. It is winter time for me, but I am enjoying the day. You should as well.